The dream garage is about to get a huge makeover.
Well, at least one part of it, the back room.
If you're new here, I'm ItsLifeofAnnie, and I've been documenting my entire dream garage renovation since I bought the house/shop. If you want to get some more details on the shop itself, I have plenty of other videos for y'all to look at, including ones that do an entire price breakdown, as well as going over all the issues that I've had with this building. There have been a ton. Now, I understand it's been some time since my last dream garage renovation video, and that's because it gets expensive. I severely underestimated just how much it costs to have a house. The AC went out, the termites, the hurricane, the list can literally go on and on. But I finally figured out the entire setup, so it's time to get to work. Especially the space right behind me. I'm so excited for it. This room will be the dream detailing setup/home gym. Now, we'll be splitting this up in two different videos, one home gym and one detailing setup. And big thanks to 303 Car Care for sponsoring this video. They've sent us plenty of detailing products to load this entire space up, and I'm so excited, but I low-key already started using some of the products. What can I say? I couldn't wait. This video is gonna focus more on the detailing aspect of the garage space, as well as prepping the room to start setting it up. I'll also be going over exactly how I set the space up and how I did the renders, because I came up with some pretty cool renders of the room, because you have to visualize the space. I'm telling you, I wasn't gonna do it at first. I was just gonna guesstimate, and I'm so glad that I did not do that, because after I rendered out the space, I realized half the stuff that I had in mind wasn't going to fit, or doesn't really make logical sense on where I had everything placed. So this is how I did it. So I started with this app called Polycam, and you can use it for free. You don't have to use the pro version. And I went ahead and scanned this entire room so I can visualize it from my room when I'm doing the actual floor plans. Now, the free version isn't really gonna help with rendering out all this stuff, but as you can see, it does a pretty solid job of rendering everything out, as well as showing you measurements. You can walk around the room and visualize the space, so you don't have to keep going back and forth from the house to the garage. Now, after I scanned the room, it was time to create the floor plans, and I used a software called Planner 5D. I did end up paying for it. It was $19.99 for the month. It doesn't have too many furniture options to furnish the rooms, but it had enough similar equipment that I can at least understand where everything's gonna go. If you pay for the pro option, it also lets you change the measurements of the furniture, so you can actually see exactly how much space everything's gonna take up. I'm not gonna lie, the equipment that I have coming is gonna look way, way cooler than what you see in the render, but the render itself already looks so cool. So last night, I went ahead and measured everything out and got all the dimensions of the room as well as all the equipment, and then you're able to create actual renders from your floor plans, and you cannot tell me that these photos do not look super cool. It's crazy because I thought this room was never gonna come out. I don't know why I say that, because obviously I already have all the equipment here, but for some reason, not having a visual floor plan of where everything is specifically going to go made me feel like it was never gonna happen. Hold on, let me show you where everything's gonna go. Now, I more or less think that this specific garage door is going to be closed for the most part, but I probably will have the back garage door open since there are two. This way I'll be able to look back at my backyard because it is very, very pretty, especially during sunset. I'll also be washing the cars over here, especially because this area is usually the shaded spot. So you walk through, and on your left over here is going to be this cabinet where the detailing setup is going to be stationed. So imagine that big husky cabinet over against the wall, and then to the right of it, between the cabinet and the window, is gonna have shelving for all the detailing supplies to be on display, and then beneath it is gonna be the pressure washer. I got a pretty cool pressure washer. It is gonna be wall mounted, and I'm gonna have to do some woodwork, even though I've never done woodwork before in my life, to get it mounted onto the wall, since it's gonna have a little thing with the studs. I'll show y'all later. I kind of regret not getting rid of this window because it's kind of useless, but below that is gonna be the mini fridge, and to the right of that window is going to be the dumbbell rack as well as mirrors. Now over to the back, in that corner is gonna be a kettlebell rack. To the right of it is going to be my Rep Fitness 6-point cage. It's gonna look so cool. I customized it myself, so I went with like a stormtrooper color scheme. I'm actually so excited to see it. I also have an Aries 2.0 cable attachment for the cage, so I can do cable workouts. It does take up a good amount of space, so I'm really glad I did the render, because I initially was gonna put it right next to the wall where the detailing setup is now gonna be, and then I realized it's going to block half of the opening, which just isn't convenient, and it's a very compact setup, especially for a home gym. Now, to the right of the cage is going to be a leg press machine. I haven't bought that yet. That one's still in progress, as well as a treadmill, which is going to be right over there, basically against the wall. Another reason why I'm so glad I did these renders was because I was going to paint a Formula 1 diagram onto that wall, and now the cabinet is going to be blocking that, so I'm so glad I didn't do that. I do have the opportunity to paint it on this wall, but I have been practicing calisthenics, and I really want to get a ladder wall, so I'd probably end up putting it here. But the other option is getting a ladder attached to my cage itself for the Rep Fitness cage, so I'm not sure exactly what I want to do, so I'm holding off on that. And that's basically everything that's going to be in the dream detailing/home gym setup. If you have any other ideas, please comment down below, because I would love to see what other ways I can visualize the space, or if there's other things that I should add to either the detailing setup or the home gym section. Let's go through and see everything that we got from 303 Car Care for the detailing setup. There's a ton of products. We got microfiber towels, some microfiber applicators, more towels, edgeless towels. This is for cleaning things like glass. Oh, we love this. A microfiber hand glove, and it comes with soap. We have a drying towel, another glove, some graphene trim coating to renew your plastic trim pieces, wheel and tire cleaner, an interior cleaner, some car wash soap, a protectant for your interior and your exterior, and I really like using this because I have a soft top convertible and I leave the soft top off during car meets, so this protects against UV rays. I'm really worried about my dash cracking, so it's really nice to have some preventative measures. A slick shine ceramic detailer, spray and rinse ceramic sealant, which you can apply yourself and it will last up to 6 months. You can use this for your paint, your glass, your wheels, and it's basically like a ceramic coating. We also have the graphene nano spray coating, which will last up to 1 year, and some graphene detailer. Oh, how could I forget? My little bucket hat. I think I can pull it off. But before I can start, I need to get this entire room cleaned out. And there's a lot of stuff, and I am a one human, so it's gonna be a busy day. Also, some of the stuff I won't be able to move because it's simply too heavy. This is why I need a skid steer. All right, I'm just coming up with reasons why I can get a skid steer. I really want a skid steer. It just sounds so cool. All right, I think I'm done. I'm gonna leave all the gym equipment boxes still there because first of all, it's heavy. Second of all, since this is gonna be the home gym setup, this is where it's gonna end up being. And it doesn't take too much space right now. So let's go ahead and tackle the detailing corner. Word to the wise, you're gonna be touching insulation. It is going to be itchy because it's like fiberglass. So wear gloves and wear long sleeve shirts because I'm itchy. All right, let's attempt to move this myself. It's a bit big. So I got this Husky cabinet, and it's about 72 inches tall. It also has spots that you can put hooks on it or other organizers. And that is gonna be our detailing chest. I don't know why it doesn't close. I don't know. It looks like based off the render right now, we have actually a lot more space over here than I originally assumed. So right now I have the cabinet pressed against the wall, and from the looks of it, we have more space over here than what I had in the render, which is actually, I did that on purpose. I overestimated just by an inch or two so that in turn, we would have more space in between everything. Better to underestimate than overestimate. And then probably 3, and this is the one where the bottles just hang onto it. And then the pressure wash will be mounted right over here. It's actually perfectly spaced. Like, I'm actually really beyond happy as to how it got spaced out. I also forgot to mention that the floor will be finished out in a polished concrete like the first half of the garage. Eventually, there's other things to pay for. This is a stud. Wait, this can't all be a stud. Hold on. Surely this is a stud right here. Isn't it supposed to be 16 inches? That ain't 16 inches. All right. We found his studs. I decided to open up the pressure washer because I am gonna be putting a 2x8 in between the anchors and the pressure washer mount. I'm doing that so I can use construction bolts so that way it'll be way sturdier. It'll definitely be able to hold the weight in that case because this is pretty heavy. I thought about just using lag bolts, but I'd rather take a precaution than not. This is a Giraffe Tools pressure washer. I got it on Amazon for like $550. Don't quote me on that. So we're gonna open it up and make sure that we have everything in order to mount this on the wall tomorrow. Whatever this is. All right, this thing is huge. Here is our pressure washer. It's heavy. At least we know the lag bolts come with it. We actually might use the lag bolts to mount it onto the 2x8. This thing is pretty beefy though. It's kind of cool. It's retractable and it goes up to 100 feet. I also completely forgot that you have to plug it into an outlet, which I don't have any outlets in this room. So we're gonna have to route it behind the detailing cabinet and then over to the back. So the pressure washer will basically sit right here. That's how it aligns with the studs. Since I don't feel like sitting in rush hour traffic to go to the hardware store, we're gonna attempt to go cut the 2x8s with the new sawhorses that I just got. That way I can get it painted today in time to get it installed for tomorrow. Let me know how I forgot to press record. I swear I did this. So I originally thought this was a 2x8. I realized it is a 2x12. However, it actually works better because now you have extra space on top and on the bottom. Since the studs are 16 inches apart, I cut it to be around 19 inches. I'm gonna stand down the side over here. This wood is technically meant for stairs. That's why it's rounded at the top, but I actually like that as a part of the design. Here's how the mount is going to sit. I'm gonna sand this part down and then I'm gonna spray paint it white. Time for the paint, and we're choosing flat white. All right, we are back with a new day and I finished painting my wood. So what we gotta do right now is pre-drill the wood that we're gonna be using in between the pressure washer mount and the wall. I measured out 1.5 inches on each corner, so it should be properly aligned with the studs. To mount the wood onto the wall, we're gonna be using construction screws. I went with this size. I honestly don't know where I came up with that sizing, but it made sense in my head. This is pine, so since it is a soft wood, we're gonna be using a 1/8 drill bit. And we're specifically pre-drilling it because since everything we're gonna be doing is at the corner, we don't want it to be cracking. Pressure washer is going on. It's on there. Now to insert the sprayer, and on top you have all the different nozzles. This spray foam container sits in here. And whenever I need the power source, I'm gonna run it through this window and then into an extension cord that plugs into the outlet in the storage car part room. So right through here. It's done. All right, so the new shelves just came, and I'm gonna go ahead and mount them on top of the pressure washer. These will hang them perfectly. However, when I go to use the pressure washer and I take out the nozzle, because it's so long and the way it comes out, it'll come out to here. So it'll bump with the shelf, not the shelf itself, but I will have to take the bottles off when I wanna use it. I'm totally guessing what drill bit size to use. Perfecto. And now that the shelves are up, let's go ahead and put our 303 car care products on the wall. I am beyond happy with just how good the 303 car care products look on the wall, and I'm even happier to be working with them because I genuinely love their products. They're specifically designed to protect your car, which is a big factor of mine, as well as the formula. I love the formula. And you gotta admit, the packaging looks so clean, and the best part is that they're non-greasy. And like I said before, they protect against UV rays, which is a big thing for me. This one being my favorite because this is what I use on the interior of my S2K. I reapply it before going to car meets since I have the top down. Again, it protects against UV rays, and it has a really good scent to it. I'm a sucker for a good scent. Plus, the cool part is that you can use it on your windshield to prevent fog. My best friend has been asking me to apply this to her car for the longest time. Unfortunately, she doesn't live here. So next time I go visit her, I'm gonna have to take this with me. And now for the inside of the cabinet. Some may say the most important part. You can never have too many microfiber towels. I also have a bunch of polishing tools, so I have a lot of the polisher and all the attachments. So the cabinet is filled with everything that I could find. I definitely still have like a lot more detailing stuff that needs to be in this cabinet that's just rummaging through my garage because I haven't really unpacked everything still. I'm slowly but surely doing it. So there's definitely gonna be a lot more being added to this, but first let me take you through a tour of the cabinet. And here we are. I'm definitely gonna be adding hooks and shelving to the doors. This might look empty, but I have a ton more products that will be going in here. I have a lot of 303 car care stuff that I still have to add into it, but we have all the extra supplies right here along with some other accessories like trim coating and our soaps, some extra padding and masks, our microfiber towels, our gloves, and our applicators. We have my polishing stuff right over here, so I have all the accessories as well as my polisher. I have a Bigfoot one. I've got some brushes right here, which I need an extra container for. I kind of ran out. And on the bottom, we have our hoses, our nozzles, as well as my carpet cleaner. And now I can't believe it, but this is our ultimate detailing setup. And I know it looks kind of small, but we're not only going to be adding to it, I have a ton more products I got to put in there. If you guys have any ideas on what to add to the ultimate detailing setup, please let me know in the comments. Of course, with the consideration of everything else that's gonna be in the room. I don't know, I'm beyond obsessed with this little setup. Like, it looks so clean, and that's kind of what I was going for. I'm definitely gonna be adding the speaker up there so I can listen to music in this room. And I might put some, you know, fake plants. I can't keep real ones alive. Stay tuned because the home gym video is gonna be coming out soon. Your girl's cooking up. First, I'm gonna add AC into this room because there's no way I can build all that gym equipment without AC. It's 96 degrees here in Texas. Big thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, car family.